do you see the veto loaded?
Okay.
In my mind, this
We
feels
got
very
Heretics on
solid
defense, Fnatic
coming
on
out from
attack.
Fnatic here. They've got
Raid
what they
boss,
need.
Kayak,
I
of
think
course,
maps-wise,
the
you
pistol
probably
god.
do lean a little more towards Fnatic, but again, for Heretics, I think I haven't seen it since week 2, I believe. Again, not necessarily any concerns. I think once we get a bit deeper into the veto, we can maybe start to have those conversations.
Heaven smoke over to Heaven
see
smoke
how
over
things
towards
kick
B,
off
and we
here on
got
map
dude.
one.
I haven't seen the
Fnatic going
retake
towards
B
main here.
smoke. The retake B war
Side of the
on
map to maybe
Split
try and sell
for
something.
might even be
See if
4
we get
years.
across here, but Spike not necessarily going to commit towards this play just yet.
You've got to look at where these players are. They're taking their time. There's going to be a little bit of a pause
Luca,
for
thank you so much for the primate. Appreciate the 33 months. And Frosty as well with the tier 1, bro. Appreciate you doing that also. Thank you, thank you. Late wall, 2-person fake, kind of 3-person fake with the TP to make sure that Yoru's here. Then we get a TP back aside as well. It's a nice pistol from Fnatic. The A-Fake did draw them away from holding site, but they wanted to retake the site anyway. Nade's good, stops the plant, means that people can get here earlier. Big duel at middle.
But Alpha in the meantime finds Benji. The layers to this pistol look lovely for Fnatic. Now can Heretics fight back?
Dude, this plant is just not going down. They don't get a chance.
They
have no idea this guy's backside. Goes to 3. Dude, this guy's pistol record is unbelievable. They started helping him out by buying armor now, or like dropping him a ghost. But I swear he averages 3 kills on a pistol.
It's Kayak the one to deliver the kills.
Nice shots though. It's real nice shots.
Looking clean.
Just like in my dreams.
Intelligent dummy with the 7 with the prime. Thank you for the 9 months, dude. Thank you, thank you. This was a cool pistol though, right? TP over towards B, early fake with the clone, 2-person with him. Make sure that they can 3-person push into the site as the other 2 sell it. The other 2 are cutting off the rotates at middle. Alpha getting closer to his ult. Kayak is the main ult that they want for the next big buy round, so they probably want to get him some kind of ult, maybe a plant. The only thing I don't really like from Fnatic at the moment is for them to have someone so close to a ult and then play him as the one. Like I would try and make sure I get him an ult at the very least. But it looks like they're going to do that here.
We might be able to get here, but again, no paint shell now, only a classic. Difficult to really do any damage or put up any sort of resistance here.
Dude, short. Okay.
Trade-off here at the orb.
Jesus.
Just crossing the T's, dotting the I's, really. Hold up on site, though.
Alpha, yeah, Alpha's out here greeding for it. He's greedy for that Razor.
Chronicles already cleared Benji, putting Woot next in line.
That kayak
looking
plant.
very concise. Through the last one, and we can see.
Okay, worked out pretty well in the end.
And I guess if we talk bigger picture, as you were kind of talking about, yes, this initially does look like a Fnatic favored veto at the very beginning, as you'd expect with the way it goes down. Throughout kind of, I guess, this year, if you're looking at it, Fnatic sitting at 4 wins, 2 losses, and then Heretics, 1 win, 1 loss. It's not up high in that veto for them. So for Heretics, I don't mind them going for that little change up here in the composition as well. Try something out. And
yeah, this is nice as well. Alpha gets to hunt. And Alpha got a good amount on the way to his ult as well. So they might be able to snowball it perfect. You got Yoru ult for the first buy, and then you go Raze ult for the second buy.
Anything I mean, again, with the composition change, really just comes down to how well Woot can perform. In eyes towards Riens as well in that regard. You're looking fairly all in here. I mean, the only member of Fnatic disconnected from this is Boaster.
Okay, let's see what the plan with the Yoru is. Fnatic normally go for the classic B split, so...
Where the wall is committed.
Okay, so this looks like a little bit of a play on the pistol. The weird thing is that the spike is with the one who's faking.
Moving forwards for info here. That makes it even more difficult, really, for Fnatic to sell this.
Okay, so gonna be a fake with the wall going up, and then popping the ult, and then taking the TP so that we can actually get over towards B. Dude, the spike being here is so weird.
Starting to see that move. That's how you can kind of determine where that
Rumbler
may
with the tier 1,
reside.
thank you so much for the 2 months as well.
Definitely
Do
try
you
to
think he
draw
can do a
eyes
better
and draw
TP
attention,
than
but
this
not
though,
overly
as
biting,
well? I'm not gonna
right,
lie.
as you were
I
alluding
don't think it's
to.
meant to go
what's
here.
key is actually the timing on the smoke here on B main.
Thought it would be more of a
Boo to
committed one.
slip a little deeper.
Okay, so they do fake pressure like they went over towards A Heaven, create the question mark, so the mid goes over here, and then they go into their B split that they always do. So I'm trying to make it look like they're not doing something normal, but kind of.
The problem being now, like I said, these committed positions now become a little concerning if they can't get away from sight.
This is getting tough. Boo is surrounded here, and the great paranoia. But he's been pinned
I mean,
down
it's really
already.
nice from them.
Keep
Keep an eye on Alpha now. 3 away from his ult. That's everything we've got to start focusing on.
They got caught. They got punished for those 4 positions. And the other 3 were the over towards that A site. A brutally long road to come back in on Fnatic, playing a gorgeous game of Valorant currently. Can Heretics do damage? They feel almost absent to these rounds.
They're probably going to be holding on to these rifles.
Yeah,
now,
and in
really
5
down to
seconds you can
14
see
HP.
Alpha start hunting, I think. Because in my opinion, even a death is worth it.
If everybody falls. Looking like back-to-back in-zone flawless rounds here for Fnatic. And like I said, yeah, Heretics kind of need to make a call here on kind of trying to anchor that site that
Haven playing it safe, keeping the money good. Shot.
has 2 members. Again, early rounds, you can let some of these fakes kind of slip through the
Toronto
nets.
Swiss draw. Yeah, apparently we have both. Sonia
Sonia
said we got both today, I believe.
How good Boo's been at that mid-rounding normally. It's one of his strong suits.
Boo
that I
flash
love
main
to
there.
watch with
He's
Heretics. I think he's a very cerebral
done for,
player.
to be honest.
But when I say the
He should
Heretics have been shut out, I don't even mean it
both
just
back
theoretically.
aside.
I mean, looking
Your
at the numbers here,
ult
Mike,
spots
only Boo
you.
has drawn blood. That's it. Everyone else is
You got
sat
no info on
0.
Heaven.
Yet
They're
to
just
get those
cooked, man, to be
starting
honest with you.
This
As soon
just
as
feels like
the
there's no
Viper
opponents on the
rotates over
server.
towards
Fnatic
A
just
and not
having
B, they're
complete
done for.
freedom, carte blanche with whatever they want to do.
But yeah, I guess so. I guess they have to like fight B main, but
If that trend does
there's too much
continue here,
util.
so if actually Heretics might
So
try
they
and
probably have
put
to try go
something
2
in
for
motion
2 in this square because they don't know about Info Heaven.
outside. Hey, this time around, there's members of Fnatic.
Yeah, and Heretics want to
to
try something a
punish
little bit
such a
different with the
play.
save guns.
I think as well in this round, Heretics are probably feeling as if they need to send out some fact finders, figure out what the default looks like.
But we've been seeing the pacing Fnatic have been playing with. It has been deep.
Ooh, that's a
and
nice kill
isolated
because
pickup,
that
a
means
bit
he doesn't
messy
have ult
Alpha
for next
there.
round.
So a lovely bit of work
Or at
from
least
Mini
like
Boo.
straight away,
It's gonna
pre-barrier.
share over a weapon
So
for
that
Boo
kill does
potentially.
actually
You
make
can already see that the
a
rotation
lot of
to be
difference, especially as
support
Boo now
his A
picks
side.
up the gun and
He is
clears
here.
all of B main as well.
Phantom is about to drop though, and the flash to set him in. Kayak on the corner doesn't get affected, but he notes presence. They are all going up towards this. Look towards events as the player on the other
Yeah,
side.
dude, we just
Completely
straight up
unaware
leave him
of
mid-on.
Booster. And again, this is methodical. It's near on mechanical from Fnatic. Look at this! Heretics not even getting a glance into this.
Oh, poor
Boo
guy can't
recovered the
even
weapon off
can't
the
even
body
get
of
the
Alpha,
gun.
but he's on the wrong side of the map. The only one here is Rienz with a classic. Mike, he's good. I don't think he's that good.
Wow. Have to get a couple for free here. It doesn't even look like Kayak will give him the chance.
Jesus!
Gets shut down here. It's looking clinical for Fnatic. Whether Boo's going to be able to find anything,
Holy man.
crashes, remove any hope here.
They
in
got
round 4.
they got enough money to buy next.
First time we've really seen Heretics go exploring to, like I said, try and figure out what the back line looks like. No surprise to see a timeout called this early on here. Do need to see some sort of adjustment because, again, here, I guess a body in hand is Benji to come up and pick the slack up, and there's just a huge
I'm out
gap
already?
in
Sure.
mid here that Boaster identifies very quickly.
Again, at least they're not up against many ults on
guess
this
also-
one. Like the main thing here. They can actually like get this
Symptomatic of
round,
the
but they
other
got to
rounds,
get
just
this round.
total freedom across the map.
How different would Valorant or CSGO be if
And
I
I
had
guess
6
this
players
does
in the
play into
comms?
then kind of talking
5
about
players
the next
playing
step
and
here.
1
Obviously, both
calling?
these
I mean,
teams
it'd be
are
completely
going to
different.
Toronto.
It would have
That's
raised a
not,
lot
what's
of
being called for
players'
here.
relevancy.
But also, we're starting to see the deeper
sure.
vetoes. And
You'd just have
potentially
so many heavy
faults
fraggers.
here, right? This is a map that Heretics will need to correct. If this is them coming out here, obviously it's not high up in their veto list, right? This is not a go-to selection for them, but welcome to best of 5s. Hey, if we're going to talk about big events, Heretics in best of 5, right? We've got to talk about longevity with them. This map so far, they haven't looked like they've got their footing at all.
I think as well, you're not necessarily on the defensive side.
Vitality
gonna
could
see
win
much
something
for
then?
the
That's
comp
crazy. Dude,
adjustment.
they won kickoff. It doesn't work.
Really lean towards
They already
many
won
changes,
kickoff. But I get what you're saying. You just wanted to flame them.
have to see.
Luco, thanks so much for the
Again,
prime.
whether they do just sit back
Appreciate the
towards
20
The
months.
problem being,
Good roast though, yeah. They kind of got them recently. If they hadn't have won, it would have been a really good roast.
Potentially going to sell a fake once again.
Yep. And this looks so similar.
Yeah, because Heretics almost play themselves out of some of these rounds.
Mickey Mouse tourney. I feel like you could say that for every tournament.
You know, pin down somebody for an opening.
Literally every single event
again.
you could say is a Mickey Mouse tourney.
I mean, both
Apart from maybe like,
alongside
I guess if you were going for champs as well, you could say that majority of them had like last chance qualifiers, so the counts are like 4 of the teams. Maybe I think you can't do it for champs 2023, 2024. They're probably the only tournaments that you can say Mickey Mouse.
Spike actually left in spawn this time around.
Tokyo? They didn't have any Swiss, right? Yeah, maybe that as well. Maybe there's like 3 tournaments.
It's very hard. They have to send bodies. They have to fully commit, which they're doing here.
Catalan, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 13 months. Thank you.
So it goes back towards Fnatic's favor, as they do currently have Kayak in position. Here, it's been traded back towards Heretics' side. They've got B main.
Everything. That's what I mean. Every single tournament, apart from maybe those 3, can be called Mickey Mouse.
Now, seeing this boom bot, this should be enough of a worry, surely, but Boo is fully committing towards this idea that it's going to be towards A. That's a lot of faith in Rien's and Benji to be able to do anything to hold back this 3-2 split here. The power does not connect, but Rien's needs to call in.
Big win as well to throw out the C's and the snake bite.
Oh dear. Rien's might be in trouble here.
That's nice from Alpha. Dude, it feels like Alpha's back recently. Alpha's been playing good. Been nice. Of course he dies as I say this, but he was gonna... His main thing was to make space here anyway. The thing that I like from at the moment from Fnatic is just like multiple people lurking as well. Like they keep getting wrecked by some kind of lurker, and this time we mixed up who it was. Zuma Zodiac with the prime as well. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. Prime usage. Thank you for that.
Another issue identified here.
Is that a shorty? Yeah, he double satched him with a shorty.
And it just feels like Fnatic just have... Well, I mean, have Heretics by the balls, to be honest with you. There's no space whatsoever. Does
Mickey Mouse tourney have a meaning beyond the uncompetitive tournament? Nah, I think people mean it of just like... There's always some little weird competitive integrity thing where it's like maybe it wasn't the best tournament. Whether it was like time of changes, maybe it was like singular limb if you're looking for like the first year. Everyone getting invited, stuff like that. 8-team tournament, stuff like that. I don't think it has anything to do with like the actual teams that are there, more just like something format based.
No, it's kind of that double-edged sword, really. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't really just...
Again, I count a majority of them. I don't think that many of them have too much less.
To time and time again,
a win's a win, you know?
Kind of force the issue and get aggressive, but... The little things to keep your eye on is obviously some of these utility wins that, you know, seeing the reveal, that creating a window of opportunity. Now the boombot coming out.
I mean, again, mid.
Bucky.
Left open with all that attention drawn on the extremities, Mike. It just gives them complete walk-ups.
Shut up.
This round maybe not so much of a problem because it is just
what
on
ults are they going to have into the next rounds? Razor? They might use it here, but...
Once again, we're seeing players invent. We're seeing players slip up towards heaven. We saw that last time around from Boaster. They found such a flaw in Heretics, and Heretics can't seem to fix it. They're running low on time here, Fnatic, but they're still dropping the bodies. It's Rien's to find Kayak, but the spike does need to get towards A. 20 seconds now. Maybe the clock could be the factor.
2022 Reykjavik? I mean,
mad shots. I mean,
Liquid shouldn't have been there. We shouldn't have been there.
But they should have time for this plant. I don't think it's a
like
problem.
FBX should have been there, and they were, in my opinion, better than every team that was at that tournament.
Like this in, well, quite some time. To this extent.
See if they can maybe reset here coming into the bye round.
Bodega, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate the 5 months. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, it's night and day, isn't it?
Again, it's rough really to think about Benji's task here in terms of swinging back and forth, or whether or not they just commit him towards mid. Especially now in the bye rounds
two pass and hiding, just in case they want to do the off-the-bat K-Corp defensive Yoru ult. And then you would tunnel vision, and then 2-person would swing rounds. They don't go for it, so they know that they're not going to be ulting a little bit later.
Passive and patient approach here to the attacking half of split. And probably pretty frustrating for Heretics as well.
Well, you don't feel like you get to play the game, really. It's just pretty solid work. Mini Boo, the first to get any committed contact, but if anything, he just fall away deeper. Now, so far, this is the right read.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Heretics have, have this...
Heretics send a Prowler out.
Right.
Actually, they're
Oh,
ready with the
okay.
paranoia, but
They might have jumped the gun.
Yeah, they might...
They really could have jumped the gun on this one because they were in the right place for it. Oh my god.
Oh, I like
Tries to
the
get
idea
away.
from Wu. It was a good attempt.
Doesn't quite make it
Dude,
too far,
Heretics
close
went
to
for the
fighting in
re-clear
the
of B,
end.
and honestly, it couldn't have
pulling
been
off the
timed
nookie, but
worse.
not quite
It's,
it.
I mean, it is
That's gonna force Kai to
it's an
pop the
unlucky
up.
thing.
45 seconds
Fnatic
they
playing
needed,
incredibly
and they've just
slow.
found
It's just what they
loads
do on the
of it.
map.
They know the
Dude,
paranoia
he
came
spots
through by
3
B, they
though.
see 2 towards heaven. They've got a great idea. Nice little drive-by from
Dude, and they
Benji.
had
The
Spike
guy
over
now making
towards
his
middle.
presence known. It's a 3v2.
Spike's in an awkward spot, though.
Yeah, they can win this.
Heretics can support this.
Oh yeah,
Nice
dude, they're
on
going for it. They
Nash
realize how
identified
desperate they are
two
for a
of them
round,
here,
so they
actually
all
set
into
up
it.
This is big work. Lovely from
I
Heretics
think
on
he
the
got ult
fly
here.
sort of play. Quick synergy between the both.
I think he had to ult.
Oh, what? How did Fnatic still win this?
Maybe a little overzealous here.
Either he had to
Heretics
ult or
looking
he
for
had
a
to
confidence
wait
booster.
for mid to take contact fast.
To kind of take a round away from Fnatic.
Do you think
Yeah, it's
Heretics
really
would have
rough. I
figured
mean,
out how to
Fnatic
play
have
against the
to
Sage and
do a
Icebox?
lot of work
Yeah,
to
they're either going to
Reestablish
play
control of mid here
completely
and then the spike.
different to how they did, or they're just going to use a
You'd almost
Teo instead of the
expect
Sova.
Heretics to take a breath here.
Because the Teo will save them and they can
The
just
ult
play
comes through.
normal.
I think actually Minibu got his ultimate as well.
Nice, let's go.
Again, benefit of hindsight short. Maybe just a slight overheat moment, but in terms of the nerves, certainly something you want to keep in check. I was
Well,
gonna say
it's
early
not a
on,
good
we are
start when you got a
already
double
sitting at
timeout like
Yeah,
this.
I
They have been
was watching
snowballed.
Coach Cats as well,
Like, no doubt
Heretics.
about it. This is like a, it's a bit of a
I'm curious, we
masterclass in
don't
terms of
often
how
see
to
Heretics in
snowball in a
these sort of
game.
positions. Hey, they've lost games.
They
We're not
had
saying they
one
don't lose games, but you don't see
even-
Heretics often sat
They
at
had
0
one
to 7.
even bye,
It's
which
a
they
very
lost.
unique position from to work from, and you could say it's easier to rip off the band-aid, right? Lose quickly, it's a best of 5, don't let it affect you. But you're seeing this quite animated.
Why
from
would
Weather here.
Teo
I'm in
counter the
chat
Sage?
trying to get the mates on
Because
the same page,
as soon as they
trying to get a
wall,
solution to
as
what's
soon as they
going on, because it feels
wall,
like they've got no
start
idea of the
defusing,
Fnatic
you can just do your
They don't know how
salvos.
to
They
take
can't get
space on
half,
the
and then you
map, how
have,
to take
first of
any
all,
those question marks
first of all,
and
the
face them.
salvos
That's
most
what we do when
likely,
a team's
you're going to
playing
wall
like this,
defuse,
and
right?
we're
That's the whole thing
talking
with the
about Fnatic.
Sage. The
Obviously,
salvos
you
are going to
look
stop
towards
you
some
from
of those
halving, and it's going to
utility
break the wall
exchanges
as well.
And what then Fnatic
So-
wants to achieve during that
They
downtime.
don't. It means that Heretics won't have the heavy
Heretics are
fight.
getting no value
That's like the
off
easy
any of
way
their
out for them.
util.
Or they can just
And
talk
even
about
here, I feel like they
fighting a little bit better with
pulled
the Sage,
trigger a
but
little early.
I would opt for the easier route.
If anything, I
Bow
think
32 with the
maybe
Prime.
that
Thank you for the
is-
6 months, dude.
if we
Thank you,
have
thank
no
you.
info on B main at all, not necessarily outside, we can catch them.
Okay,
in B
force them
main,
down
but
to another eco.
This choke is always a little
They
easier
are
to
getting, I mean, they're
lock
getting
down with
stomped
a
on B,
snake
so
bite, paint shell, and a
makes a lot of
paranoia.
sense to do some kind of trap over towards B here.
They've gone for the cheese solution. And it's actually worked, at least to get Kayak
Yeah,
down,
and there's a
quick
potential
stack
gun that they
towards
can
B
pick up
main.
here. Instead of picking up the gun, they know that they're probably going to group here, and they might
Win on the other side of the
group
map
walk
as well,
push
though.
middle. I like the call if they group walk push middle.
Crashes.
It's really
Prodigal
good.
looking
So
to
much
find
focus on
something,
the,
and a slight overstep
yeah,
from
this is a
Blue.
good call. It's a
Punish
shame,
it, create a gap. Once
it's a
again,
shame they
you can
took so
see
long. There's a bit
Heretics
of, they hesitated a bit in
scrambling to
heaven.
find the timing
And then
on
as
this
soon as this
rotation.
A kill goes down, it wrecks everything.
Oh no. Good trade from Rienz
Yeah.
at least.
You saw
but-
too, though, they can
Okay.
speed up.
B, but Woot's still here. One away from the showstopper. That could be a big tool for Heretics to swing this back
Tech
in
is
their
Harry.
favour.
Thanks so
I'm a
much for
bit
the Prime,
worried,
mate.
though. Woot
Appreciate
had a
the
really quiet
20 months.
half
Thank
here.
you, Harry.
Might feel a bit cold.
A nice
He's
shot.
certainly warming up now. Big shot on Alpha.
This might be the first one, Desp. Get ready.
That's an instant pop with the ult.
30
Crashies
seconds
might be able
left.
to spot him out.
What's
It's a,
Rienz
it's a
doing?
nice shot,
How are
though.
you hitting that? Okay, Boaster now a 1v3, 20 seconds.
Good from
Jump
Rienz as
spotted
well.
out.
Got the info off it.
Sees there.
Teva's good.
They know they've caught
Double
him now.
swing.
Should be a
Could just
swing
play
in
time.
defense here.
Probably
They're
should.
going for it though. 13 seconds. Boaster's got to get a move on. Heretics, they might be about to get there.
Damn, what a
first.
round, bro.
They
What a
do.
rounds.
Off the back of Rienz.
Yeah, see, the thing with this team,
I mean, a great shot from Woot as well.
the individuals can win rounds on their own.
That was his first kill, by the way. I wasn't.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah. I mean, what a time to find it as
Yeah,
well.
you take
Rienz
those.
4 on the round for him.
Did you think
but
Kayak was going to be this good
crucial
in
kill.
Tier 1? Honestly, I
Just
thought he was going to be
spotted
better
the
than this.
readjustment from Rienz.
He had a really slow start.
Beautiful. Often the superstar for this Heretics roster.
I think he can be better than this, to be honest.
Can they springboard off that one round?
I know playoffs he's looked
And
really
actually
good,
Fnatic,
but
if they've got anything else up their sleeve here in terms of their approach to split, force Heretics back into recovery mode.
Pansy.
Close flash here, and
That's messed up, dude.
I mean, my eyes immediately go towards Benji and Boaster in mid here. The timing on that is going to be
A nice,
crucial
nice change up from Fnatic.
rotation.
An actual fast-paced round. We might not see the 30-second mark.
Until this point, Boaster's been winning it out, right? His lurk timings was lovely. Woot's curiosity could actually get the better of Crashies. Starting to maybe get a bit of a tempo read on this, a temperature check. Woot. Don't know if he spotted Kron completely there, but still, Fnatic finally getting a fight back. 50 seconds.
Well,
Tempo
guess we're
still.
seeing the 30-second mark.
Boaster looking to maybe open up another chance towards middle. Timing's there.
Oh,
Boo
mate.
has to
Boo,
back
mate,
away
you need
from
to stay
his
alive.
own. Is this? Benji wins out the fight.
Oh, they gave
This
him a
time
window.
controls
Rotate
Heaven,
came in. Small window on
investing
each side
the
with
ulti.
its only 2 here. That is...
Two through smoke. It's gonna open up base side, Lauren.
He might have seen the first guy, I
Against
guess,
Twitch is
but
having these sort of
I'm
rounds.
not
It
sure.
doesn't matter.
Oh, dude, what a
Oh,
what
man,
a
you
devastating
thought it was maybe
one.
a chance back for Heretics, but Chronicle gets a gift from the gods. Leaving just Benji now to face the music.
I'm seeing
Fnatic.
like some
You don't get
individual
luck as
confidence
well as
from
they
Heretics,
scoreline,
but I would love them to
Chronicle
play
you do.
together a bit
I mean,
more.
the first, sure. The second,
wasn't
though, the
even
timing.
close.
I mean, it was
The
eerily
first I want to say he saw the
spooky.
guy spawn, but he might have just got double smoke kill.
But it's
Yeah, he did. Okay, so he saw him here, knows that he might have gone over towards the
Right.
left, and then he saw them
I
both.
think actually, yeah, just
Dude, what is
catching
this
a
smoke?
glimpse on the edge of that smoke. It's really unfortunate. Again, whether or not that's kind of Boo at max range, putting that smoke down there, or it's intended actually to give something to watch the cross potentially, but by the finest of margins, Chronicle will punish. But Heretics back in a really rough spot in terms of the finances
Max
as well,
range?
Lauren.
Nah,
Guardian,
you can
rifle,
chat.
but
You can smoke.
Woot just on a
If you're
classic.
here, you can smoke this. It's just like the pressure, right? I guess he was locked into the corner and he fasted it.
This is,
Unless he was B heaven,
I mean, it's
but
excruciating to, yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he
Again,
was
look, we
here
know
unless
the
he moves
caliber of player that Heretics
forward
have. That's
once
why
he
you'll
did
get
it.
a 4K from Rienz to win you around.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right, but the difference here of capability when it comes to the team play aspect and just general knowledge on this map is stark, right? This is a great first pick from Fnatic, putting themselves up at 8-1. Boaster wants his revenge, but see his eyes there, almost looking trained in towards the mini-map, so you've got to be careful.
Was it an attack smoke? Was it actually an attack smoke,
Once
chat?
again, clearing
I thought it was red on the
safe
POV.
site. Now,
As in,
unaffected,
like, not
Rienz
his.
is the only one who seems to be firing up here, taking away Chronicle this time. Alpha looking to take space back towards Heaven. Still
It
a
was
lot
Omen?
of
Oh, yeah,
players
of
here,
course it
Mike.
is.
A good
There's only one Omen.
opportunity, but maybe a
30
bit.
seconds
I was
left.
going to say, Heretics conceding mid this time around. Benji up towards Rafters on B. Only a Guardian though, still has the snake bite. Has to lock down Fnatic here if he gets punished on the peak. A little dicey here.
Oh, IRL trying to dodge it out, trying to buy the time, but he's gone
It's
down.
the
10
Fnatic
seconds to
Classic,
move.
but it looks like they're going to be okay to
Not
plant.
good enough.
Getting the
That's it,
plant
that's
down in the
one
last
down.
10 seconds, of course.
Now going to identify how many players crossed, at least spotting 2. Boaster!
Jesus, they had him, I guess.
Get me out of here, Mike. Get
Yeah,
me
dude, they
out
were
of this
absolutely
map.
wrecked them.
This feels like bullying. Good lord, it's just Woo. This has been an absolute... I mean, that's a good shot here, but it's
Dude, Kayak is everywhere at the moment.
Fnatic striding through this map.
There's nothing left up for chance by Fnatic. And even in where it looks a little, you can't even say dicey, where Heretics get a little victory,
Where's this shot through smoke?
Fnatic just
One enemy.
Jane
applying
Bates,
even
thank you so
further
much, man.
pressure.
Appreciate the 7 months. Thank you, bro.
9-1 the scoreline now.
Yeah, Crashy's like, that's true. Crashy's doesn't have to do too much.
On those sort of days,
4 and 4, just
now
been throwing
off.
util for everyone.
Kills through smokes, things that aren't even planned for. Ultimates now firmly in favor of Fnatic.
It's a lovely off angle.
Again,
Again, Wu is showing a lot of
head of the
confidence.
snake almost, Kayak will fall.
Okay. Ooh. There's a few players there.
Yep.
First time we've seen pick against Fnatic, and now they have to work against the odds here. But it feels like at least slow and steady now.
This unfortunately is a 3-0. I have faith that Heretics will
On this B side of the map, but
fix the icebox
maybe
stuff.
unwilling to back away. Plenty of ults to try
It's
and
such an
cross through.
easy fix.
Boaster's got his, Alpha's got his, Kron's got his, and a decent amount of util still left.
Amoy, right? Is that how I say that? Amoy with the prime. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Why is Wu always tanking these ults, man?
Miniboo doing really well though, leaving just Kron alive.
Oh yeah, that's a dink though.
30 seconds
With 12 HP, I don't see it. Make me a believer, Chronicle.
Quite just gets caught.
Now he's scaring the life out of me here though. Why does this feel?
Yeah, it was Jigo spotting the
It
gap.
shouldn't be, and it isn't. Rien's make sure of it as Heretics get their second.
Able to stick the landing here in round 11. The best they're going to hope for here is a 9-3 half. And again, the ultimate's still a concern for the final round here.
I mean, what can you do?
Pick your poison,
Looking
really.
at, yeah,
But it's
it's
two
not.
headshots. Yeah, actually, Boaster Crash is lining up there. I didn't even catch, actually. It was a clap there.
Stop me. Good job.
Was completely silhouette behind Boaster. But like I said, these ultimates still a concern coming into the final round. This time, Kayak on his feet, so can maybe set that in motion ahead of a site hit here.
Hitting on both sides. Miniboo going to be backing away. Woot's isolated here. He could be, wait. Woot's not cleared. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Shot does incredibly well.
I like the
Gonna
idea though.
ult
He's at
on
least
this one,
safe. They tried to
find it with his
fade
ult
ult
coming
damage
in.
into Ray's ult.
Now, Fnatic eyeing up the A
Insta
side of the map
reactions,
here.
just push over towards A. Ah,
Heretics
dude,
backing
honestly,
away, buying time for
be okay
rotation.
with
When
it.
I say Heretics,
If Crashies went for it there, I think I'd be okay with it, but
But this time around,
probably
Heretics
get
have
told off.
found fortuitous timing
Kobe
towards
80,
heaven.
thank you so much for the prime, dude.
Benji's still here.
Thank you, thank you.
No pressure through mid this time around. It's all in from Fnatic.
Yeah, Kayak investing that ult, but it's Chronicle to alleviate some of the pressure, but Miniboo gets dealt with. Kayak and Kron up against Rien's Boo and Woot. Both of the Fnatic players on the A side.
Viper ult before he plants though.
It's a bit more safety here, waits for it to bloom.
Yeah, I like that though.
Let's Kayak get to work.
Just making
Plant
sure
coming.
that the Viper isn't planting so he can't get spammed and you lose the ult.
Space there, Lauren.
Certainly does, and Kron is eyes trained on CT.
That's a hard retake, especially if they go and spawn.
Could get spammed out here though. You've got to be careful.
Yeah, it's a good way of handling
Weird
it.
off angle in front of screens here.
Everyone plays fast before Woot.
That Prowl has just come in. That should be Rien's noted, and there's a gap here for Kayak to watch. Now he's not going to see Boo just yet. Boo's dived in, swinging at the same time. He puts on Kayak, dropped down. Boo was waiting, and Heretics.
I think he thought his
Still
TP
in
was
this
deeper,
by
right?
the
I don't think he looked at
finest
it properly on the
margins.
minimap.
By the skin of their teeth, Lauren. We'll find the third. Then Kayak maybe.
I mean, still though,
looking
it's
for the TP
incredible from
inside the pit
Fnatic.
here,
It's
but
a really good
Kron
half.
falling immediately. And post plant falls apart.
He was so surprised, yeah, that he for sure thought it was
Finest margins,
deeper on spawn.
9-3. Let's see how this one closes out on the second.
They made this pro get wrecked. Split? No, I mean, this was a bit of a masterclass from them. Like, double duelist is meant to do alright, but not this good. Fnatic look a lot better now. Now Alpha's playing better. I'm not saying it's straight down to that, obviously, but... Alfie is tired. Thanks so much for the prime, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. The most awaited matchup in Toronto. I don't know. Sentinels Liquid would be pretty fun for the rematch. I feel like Paper X Heretics would be pretty fun. G2 Heretics? G2 Heretics would be pretty cool.
The Fnatic fans, I don't think you could have asked for a better
Mamfa
start.
CB with the prime. Thank you for the
93
15
Mike,
months.
and
Thank you, thank you.
fashion
The
they
Jackman
did
as well
was
with the
just
prime also. Thank you for the 18 months as well.
Beautiful work from them, great calling, big individual impact. but Heretics did claw back 3.
Yeah, you could argue maybe
Lots of
making it
rematches. It's a stacked
doable.
event, dude.
Certainly not how you want to come out of a first
It's for
half
sure
in
a stacked event.
5 on map 1, but yeah, I mean, Kayak just taking absolute control of the first half here.
Yeah.
Heretics, like I said, just constantly on the back foot.
The Swiss stage will be fun.
Mr. Round Stack, I mean, this is
I think the
1.16
EMEA teams are going to get
kills on
wrecked, but
average for Kayak.
more just a time thing than anything else.
Some pistol rounds here. Again, actually even kicking off here. What was it, a 4K in the first one? See if that confidence has been knocked here on the side of Heretics. Just Chronicle really wants to take contact if it came, but actually Heretics under little timing here.
Okay, free sight.
So
Free sight instant reaction from Fnatic is Prowler out, and they want to clear this. Definitely looking at Boo with Omen Flash as well. Dude, he's going to play this so late.
Crashes. Obviously the Prowler has been utilized, but that Paint Shell very much in play.
Look how disconnected Boo is, though. He's so paranoid of a late lurk.
After the lurks, they've been coming in against them on the
They
first
still have
half.
Tether nade.
Blame them, really. But it is going to be go time right about now. The layers of utility go in, and Alpha is flying straight away.
Holy, they didn't even hear him.
Look at his way! You can't let Alpha go unchecked like this. Ooh, putting up the best stand he can. But he's 5 HP! Oh my god. You got something for us, NT. Bloody hell.
They went for a
I mean, it
peek
got
left
interesting.
side
The
just as he
defuse
double
there,
satcheled
kind
in.
of
This was
crashes
nice
gonna
though. The
make it,
timing
and
of the
that's 10. Right
timing
off
of the
rip
stun
for
before he
Fnatic.
double satchels was really cool.
Timed perfectly off the
Like
paint
they
shell as
they
well.
take
Alpha.
elbow there, and he takes like all the risk, and then everyone else can push out through spawn.
Maybe somebody from Heretics expecting a peek to come through.
How did
earlier
Boo
on.
die? Do you get to see that?
Scattered across the
Did they just
UC.
wait ramp? Dude, he just
Beautifully
passive. Oh damn, it's a really
Now
nice
for finding
retake by the way.
Kasu. Everything you could want from a play like this.
Oh my goodness, guys, killing everyone.
Boo? I mean, Boo never had a chance to use his
Double
paranoia.
digits already here.
Okay, they're going kind of go for a little bit of a hero play in terms of Outlaw. He can one-shot 2 people. There's a nice one-way over towards Heaven, and they wanted to full pass and swing off the one-way to punish it, but then everyone was coming out spawn, and again, this guy cleared all of this, so it was free. It was cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's an armor diff.
Actually, Hilo setup paying off for them. Be careful now.
Yeah, there was a little window of chance there for them, wasn't there? So the Outlaw gets passed over, and Crashies does need to be cautious, right? He's the one on the 25, so that lighter shield.
Why is your name 1989 bro is old? Did you change this yesterday? Mate, you're stuck with that for 3 months, hope you know. You got 89 days left.
Was there just a flash to come out? No, they're going to wait for the drop potentially. Just holding the edge here.
It looked like they were going to walk all the way through. But
Thank you for the gifted dub. Appreciate that.
There's a connection. Kai needs to back from this though, as they try and close down. They didn't expect Chronicle. You don't get a fair fight today, it looks like.
Dude, EMEA, it might have taken them 2 years, but I feel like EMEA might have got there with the stingers.
Getting to 11 like it's nothing.
barely breaking a sweat.
I've seen, who have I seen up to a good level? Yampy and Boaster. That's 2. That's 2 more than that's 2 more than they had last year.
Space to swing into here. Wouldn't matter too much anyway. I believe there's still a player up towards Heaven watching across.
Crashies, dude, Crashies doesn't count. That doesn't count, man. You can't just. Unless you're telling me that he's teaching him.
In terms of the approach. Yeah, it's feeling pretty awkward now.
Nice chance.
Every single response from Fnatic is just doubling down on what Heretics are able to achieve.
It's like, oh, we get the first pick called nut traded.
I mean, you think back to the first half.
Yeah, I mean, traded and more as well.
A man to the good for
Like he's
Fnatic.
out here sticking around.
There's always a 2v1
Kayak's
for
reaching
them.
final form, he's getting there. Again, this guy was so dominant of tier 2, it's not even funny.
Still looking back, but just missing each
And there
other.
isn't that much gap between tier 2 and tier 1, so he can. I still think he's got more to give.
Caught by Rien's big, that opens up the gates completely. That's the A site for them. And look at the weaponry that Chronicle and Alpha have. I mean, well, Alpha's got a Vandal at least. And Alpha's going walkabouts. He's off. taking a stroll. Tron, slowly but surely, heading through towards CT, but Alpha's not being quiet about this. He's being rather pacey. That's about to drop here.
Dead.
He's got 2 potential targets, one right,
okay.
one left. He wants to set up the paint shell.
Maybe another go at it.
Thought about sending it to side, didn't. And now the cross should be the death of him. He does go down, a little laboured. It was
What's their money like? One person can't buy?
You really here for Chronicle.
Wait, did
You
it
want to see him do some damage.
also really buy into this?
Identified 2 of
What's
them
he doing?
on
Getting
top
Judge or Bucky?
So, okay. Ooh, he was close on that second too. So, held off from 12. Heretics taking another back. Look, this is, again, there's a couple of maps in this veto that will sit more one-sided to one team. Again, even when you look at Icebox, Fnatic haven't been particularly looking towards that more often than not. However, I guess one of the wins was against Heretics out of the 2 games they played this year. So it is a bit tricky to guess it, but this one, I need to see Heretics warm into it a bit. Start looking like, as I said, one of the best from what? 2024. Need a bit more from them. A little bit of life there. Fire up a bit. I mean, we still got Boo on 3 kills. Benji on 6. You know, it's still not quite enough here. If we get Fnatic snowballing confidence, you get nervous. Now, though, another opportunity to stave off that 12th round.
Bottom mid here. Kayak's going to progress any further than this. Have his hands full now because Boo's got some reinforcements alongside him.
Well, certainly cut out now, but they're all eyes up towards the top of middle. So Kayak gets a freebie.
Insane start again.
So he's right back towards spawn and just praying his 4 teammates still standing can do enough. So they've got no progress towards middle. The extremities now you look towards. Benji trying to win out that fight towards ramp, but you've got confident players against you, willing to take chances. Maybe sometimes they shouldn't. The contact made and crashes now.
Nature, thank you for that, man. Thank you for sending that, dude.
Cleared through.
And again, the timing on this.
Paid
purely from Crashes feeling a little bit of pressure.
Nature, thank you,
Doesn't know
dude.
exactly the picture behind this. Actually, oh, hang on, Chronicle. Almost caught a nice
Here we go, Crashies. This is your moment. You haven't had to do much this game.
There we go, Crashies. He's had a quiet game, so he hasn't been needed. This would be the time to start showing up here, show a little presence, show a little force. No util to play with just a weapon in hand, and his site currently controlled by Heretics.
Crouch.
He's got problems, but Kayak's helping him out. Boo's gone down, and now they're wrapped on the pillar. He knows where they are.
Damn, look at him go. It's his moment. It's his moment. Kayak still gets 3.
Crashies so
yeah, he did incredible though. He actually did great.
Really the smoke, the
as much as Kayak stole the limelight at the end.
Deeper. Buying a little time for Kayak to come through. And here, Boo, unfortunately, just caught completely off guard. Kayak sitting at 26-5, by the way.
He's absolutely put mini.
It's just outrageous.
26 to 5.
The first map of a best of 5.
Round 17. 26 to 5 and 16 rounds.
It's very impressive. It really is with Kayak. And Heretics, gotta dig deep now. You got Stingers, you got Sheriffs,
Yeah, we got 8.
got
And they're trying to use the Fnatic strat against Fnatic. That ain't gonna work, man.
Kayak has got your number. Doesn't matter the weaponry. He's in the right place, right time, and he's not missing this map.
Even just sitting there waiting for the TP to come through. Didn't catch the second, but 2 freebies here to kick off round 17.
They absolutely wrecked them.
Whoop, Boo, and Rien's to try and recover this, but 5 standing for Fnatic, Lauren.
You have to start bringing in the avoid CNED rule. You know what I mean? If you see him, run.
Yeah,
On site
it's
kind of
the thing is, the avoid CNED works when it's a jet. When it's a Yoru, it can actually be anywhere.
Wander through sewers. Well, that wouldn't have been a great idea. But it looks
Not like you can avoid him.
B, but we can see the bodies here. It's a gamble stack. And
Dude, look at the stack from Fnatic, just purely because they got early info that can be a flank behind as well. Like Crashies has done that, but like this is Crashies right now. This is a prime example of Crashies, just doing what he needs to do to win his team the rounds. No one notices it, apart from a few mini-map watchers, but it wins them the round. I mean, the round had already been won, but it's still a good example of his, like, impact. Jesus.
What an absolute showing.
Flawless, fairly fitting,
Yeah, I
to be
mean,
honest,
they wrecked
for this
them.
first map. Fnatic